What happens when an innocent question from a child brings an entire room to silence and reveals a side of a world leader few have ever seen? Sometimes, the simplest moments hold the most profound truths. Before we dive deeper into this shocking story, comment below where you're watching from today. And if you value stories about resilience and standing up for what's right, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more heartfelt narratives. The evening sun filtered through the stained glass windows of the Church Fellowship Hall in Shreveport, Louisiana, casting vibrant patterns on the wooden floor. It was an ordinary Wednesday night, yet an unusual buzz filled the air. Families sat shoulder to shoulder on folding chairs, murmured conversations blending with the faint hum of overhead lights. At the front stood Donald Trump, not the towering political figure seen on television, but a man at a simple wooden podium. No teleprompter, no cameras, no roaring crowd, just him, the people, and a conversation about resilience, faith, and community. Among the crowd sat 8-year-old Lily. Her pale blue dress with lace trim was neatly pressed, and her brown hair fell into twin braids tied with matching ribbons. Clutched tightly against her chest was an old, weathered Bible, a family heirloom passed down from her late grandmother. Her mother leaned in and whispered, "If you really want to ask him, be brave. Speak from your heart." Lily nodded, heart pounding. This wasn't mere curiosity. It was a question born from countless quiet nights staring at the ceiling, wondering about the world and her place in it. Trump spoke for nearly 40 minutes, not in his usual rally style, but softer, more reflective. He spoke of small-town resilience, the importance of community, and finding hope amid uncertainty. The crowd listened politely, applauding, nodding, but the spark that usually electrified his speeches seemed dimmed by the intimate setting. Then came the Q&A session. Adults quickly lined up, business owners asking about the economy, retirees questioning healthcare, community leaders discussing local projects. Trump answered each with practiced ease, but as the line dwindled, something unexpected happened. Lily stood. Her legs wobbled slightly as she stepped into the aisle, the oversized Bible still pressed against her chest. Conversations hushed. Eyes turned. Even Trump, mid-sentence, paused, his gaze softening as he noticed the small figure making her way toward the microphone. "Well, hello there," Trump said, leaning slightly forward. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Lily's voice was quiet but steady. "Lily, sir." "Nice to meet you, Lily. What's on your mind?" She took a deep breath, glancing down at the worn leather cover in her hands. When she spoke, her words carried the weight of someone far beyond her years. "Mr. Trump," she began, "what does God mean to you?" The room froze. The side conversations, the shuffle of feet, even the hum of the air conditioning seemed to vanish. It was the kind of silence that felt almost sacred, as if the very walls were holding their breath. Trump blinked, momentarily caught off guard. For a man known for quick comebacks and unwavering confidence, the hesitation was striking. He looked at Lily, then at the Bible she held, and something in his demeanor shifted, the polished politician giving way to the man behind the title. "That," he said quietly, "is a very big question, and not one I've always had the answer to." He leaned on the podium, hands clasped together, not for show but for support, as if the weight of the moment required something steadier than words alone. "When I was your age," he continued, voice softening, "I didn't think much about God. My parents took me to church, sure, but to me, God was just an idea. Something people talked about, not something I really understood." Lily's eyes remained fixed on him, unblinking. "That changed when I lost my brother," Trump admitted, his tone raw, unguarded. "Fred. He was kind, gentle, the best of us. And when he passed, I got angry. Angry at the world, at myself, and yes, at God. I couldn't understand why someone so good was taken away while I was left behind." The room, already silent, seemed to grow heavier with unspoken empathy. "For a long time, I thought faith was about having answers, about knowing why things happened the way they did. But I was wrong. Faith isn't about answers, Lily. It's about trust. Trusting that even when life doesn't make sense, there's a purpose. That love, hope, and kindness, The things your grandmother probably talked about, those are pieces of something greater. Lily's grip on her Bible loosened slightly, her small shoulders relaxing as the words sank in. God, to me, Trump said, his gaze steady, is that purpose. He's the reminder that even when we fall, even when we fail, we're not done. He's the voice that says, get up. Keep going. The story isn't over yet. Tears welled in Lily's eyes, not from sadness, but from relief, from understanding. She wiped her cheeks with the back of her hand, nodding slowly. Trump smiled, stepping away from the podium. Does that answer your question, Lily? Yes, sir, she whispered. Thank you. The room erupted into applause, not the thunderous, performative kind, but something gentler, more genuine. Strangers exchanged knowing glances. Parents hugged their children a little tighter, and for a brief moment, the divisions of the world outside seemed to fade away. As Lily turned to return to her seat, Trump called after her. Hold on to that Bible, young lady. It'll guide you when nothing else can. Her smile, small but radiant, was the last thing many remembered about that night. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might need a reminder that faith often finds us when we least expect it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more stories that inspire and connect us all.